Costco has just filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration, claiming that their tariff is unlawful. They would like a full refund.
And another quick trade-related note, one of the biggest retail chains in the United States, Costco, is suing the Trump administration over tariffs. Costco is the latest company to launch legal action against Trump's signature economic policy. It's asking the Court of International Trade to consider declaring the use of an emergency measure to collect the tariffs unlawful and is seeking a full refund if the Supreme Court strikes down the tariffs. The top court is currently reviewing the case.
Costco is suing the Trump administration, and they're suing over tariffs because, as you know, a lower court ruled that the tariffs were illegal.
Hey Trumpers, if other countries pay tariffs, I want you to explain why companies are asking for refunds. Costco's about to sue Trump for a refund once the Supreme Court goes and strikes down his tariffs. So if other countries and not companies are paying these tariffs, what are they suing for? It's almost like that was a big lie the entire time. Who would have thought?
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
Costco is who y'all keep wanting Target to be. And I don't even have a Costco around me, but I'm finna get a membership because Costco is not playing with this administration and they have not bent the knee. Costco is literally suing the Trump administration for the tariff. And this is the literal definition of what it means to stand on business. When all of these companies acted like they couldn't stand 10 tones behind DEI, and specifically what DEI represents, not necessarily who benefited the most, Costco's board of directors and their shareholders voted unanimously. And when I say unanimously, 98% to keep their diversity policy. The board literally said with their chest that they are committed to an enterprise that's rooted in inclusion and respect, and that it's both appropriate and necessary. Not only that, I believe it was March of this year that Costco implemented a $20 minimum wage and also allowing first-year employees to get paid vacations. So for folks who are looking for alternatives to Amazon and Target, boom, there you go.
Costco just filed a huge lawsuit against Donald Trump, and it could hit his administration where it hurts the most, the wallet.
Costco said they want their money back. If y'all ain't heard the update in the news, Costco is suing Trump administration for that tariff money. Yeah, because see, what some of y'all didn't understand, that, yeah, you could say I'm putting tariff on China, but China like, I'm not going to pay that cost. American people still going to pay that cost. And so Costco, now that it came out that it's illegal, right? Costco feels like, okay, I need my money back because they had to put the money, increase the groceries and all these other things. They just had to do it so we didn't recognize it, which in my case, I saw the increase. But make a long story short, Costco went out here and Costco like, we're suing. So I'm wondering if anyone else gonna follow suit. Any BJ's and Walmart and Target, all these major companies that had to pay the extra tariff. Is y'all gonna follow suit? Because y'all need to go over there and join Costco and get their money back. Y'all need to go get y'all money back and then drop the prices. But I could almost guarantee the prices is not going to go back down because that money good for you all, big company. Anyway, once again, Costco is suing the Trump administration for that tariff money.
All right, everybody. Costco don't play with the Orange Man's administration. I'm telling you, as one of the creators was actually stating, Costco is exactly what a lot of black folks want Target to be or Walmart to be, because they just don't mess around. They're suing the Orange Man's administration, especially for losing money over tariffs. They're not taking it because a court actually ruled out for the Orange Man's tariffs to be legal. And Costco is saying, man, you have to pay us back. All the money we've lost because of the tariffs, you have actually to pay that back. And remember when all the other companies were actually caving in to the Orange Man's policies of rolling back DEI? Costco stood their ground and they said, no, thank you. We are not going to end our DEI programs because our values and policies are inclusive. And that's exactly how you do it, man. This is a company that is proving that it cares as much as they need to make a profit, because I know they're a big corporation. They need to make a profit to survive, but they are not actually stepping over people and proving that they care. And this is exactly how Americans wish, all these other favorite companies like Walmart, Target would actually behave. But let's take a look, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit that like button. Let me know your opinions down below in the comment section. I'm telling you, this video is actually juicy. Let's take a look. I'll be back with more commentary.
It's about damn time. These companies are finally getting some kahunas and standing up to Donald Trump's illegal tariffs. Roll that clip.
The big box warehouse club joined dozens of other companies demanding millions of dollars in refunds over tariffs. The lawsuit asks the federal trade court to declare the president's use of emergency powers illegal when he imposed the added costs. And this would guarantee retailers their money back if the U.S. Supreme Court rules against Trump on the issue of tariffs.
And we all know they're illegal. They're costing us billions and billions of dollars. Hardworking Americans, you out there just trying to pay your bills, trying to get through life. And this guy living in his gold-filled rooms, living a high life, you're struggling. All of us are struggling to get by, and this guy don't give a fuck. He never has, he never will. And I freaking thank you, Costco, for standing up. And more people and more companies need to stand up and tell that son of a bitch to get rid of these freaking tariffs, because all they are doing is making you and me pay more for fucking goods that we can't afford. This guy said he was running to bring down the prices of goods, and he blatantly fucking lied. Everything is up under his watch, and we need those tariffs to go fucking a la vista, baby. I hope the Supreme Court strips him and makes that bitch cry. He's going to cry like a little bitch, and I can't wait to watch him cry. Let's go, Supreme Court. Strip his ass. Mod it out.
Hey Costco, what's new with you? So we're suing Trump. You, Costco? Why? The tariffs, bro, the tariff. Oh, you got affected? Yeah, bro, 1/3 of the stuff that we sell in the US come from outside of the US. Well, maybe you make more stuff in here. Are you serious? You know some stuff cannot be made in the US. Okay, that might be true. And even though the tariffs were expensive, we tried to not increase the prices for a lot of our stuff. Well, that's sweet, Costco. Yeah, but we can't do that anymore. And a lot of small businesses already sued Trump. They did, US? Yeah, they said that the tariffs are illegal. And on December 15th, the Supreme Court is going to decide if they were illegal or not. And if the tariffs are illegal, then companies like Costco will get billions in money back. So Costco, you didn't really need to sue Trump after all, right? Well, no, because the government made a rule and said all the tariff bills will be liquidated by December 15th. And what does that mean? It means that we won't be able to get our money back, even if the Supreme Court said that the tariffs are illegal. So we're like, you know what? We're just gonna sue. Well, I just hope by 2026 we're gonna stop hearing the word tariffs. Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
And Costco, when you get that tariff money back, you better lower it in prices and that membership, because why is it up $5? Shout out to Phil over on X because he had just reported that Costco sues the Trump administration seeking a refund on tariffs. Now, story comes out of NBC News, and yeah, there's a lot of other businesses, including Kawasaki, who are suing the Trump administration to get that tariff money back. And like I said, lower them prices, because I'm not playing. According to the article, it stated that Costco Wholesale has sued the Trump administration, asking the courts of international trade to consider all tariff collected under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act as unlawful. This was filed on Friday, and the company said that they wanted a full refund of all the duties under the act paid as a result of President Trump's executive order that imposed what is called a reciprocal tariff. Remember, the lower courts had already agreed with companies like Costco, but they wanted it to go to the Supreme Court to make that final decision. Now, in their oral arguments as well, Costco also stated that they had tried to and attempted to maintain the prices of specific popular items like bananas and chicken and stuff like that, but it was becoming increasingly impossible to do so because of the tariffs. These prices need to come down. I don't care what you got to sue. You got to sue the president or his puppy dog if he has one. Like I said before, these prices is getting crazy. Y'all got to do something. So I'm standing right behind Costco, but as soon as y'all win, lower the prices, and I do mean now.
Listen, y'all, Costco is actually teaching all these other big corporations how to stand up to a bully, and a lot of Americans are loving it because this is exactly how you should behave when an administration is trying to force you into bankruptcy or doing things that are against your values. For instance, when they were forced, other people were forced, other corporations were being forced to roll back their DEI initiatives they actually jumped on the train because it was good for business. They wanted to make money out of it, but Costco said no. Now they're actually suing the administration and asking for a refund. That's exactly how you do it. But the problem is, when they actually do get the refund, are they gonna share it with their customers, or are the prices going to come down, or what is going to happen? Because I know these big corporations are sometimes greedy, and once the prices go up, they never come down. For instance, let's ask the big questions, because they paid for the tariff and they passed it down to the consumer. The consumer, in real sense, actually paid the tariffs for them. So when they get the refund, are they going to share with the consumer, or what are they gonna do? Let me know in the comments, guys.
Costco is suing Donald Trump, and that alone should tell you how messy this tariff situation really is. A global company didn't just wake up and file papers for fun. They're claiming that his emergency tariffs were unlawful and cost them millions. And now they want all their money back that Trump forced them to pay in tariffs. Trump slapped extra emergency tariffs on imported goods. He told companies they had to pay extra taxes on everything they brought into the country. The problem is he used a law that wasn't meant for that, the IEEPA, and that law was created for national emergencies. But Trump used it anyway to charge companies extra money on imports. And that's why Costco and other businesses are suing Trump and want their money back.
Costco wants a refund and is suing Donald Trump to get it. Yes, in case the Supreme Court rules that those tariffs Donald Trump put on were illegal, Costco is saying, we want our money back. We had to pay so much money. And what they did on imported like fruits and vegetables, they decided to eat the cost on that as opposed to passing it on to their members. Many other grocery stores have not been able to or have been unwilling to and have passed that buck along to consumers. That's why we've seen rising grocery prices with these tariffs. Things like fruits, vegetables, meats, coffee, cheeses, all sorts of things that we import from other countries have been going through the roof, and that's why your grocery bill has been astronomical since Donald Trump took over. Inflationary policies and these tariffs have caused prices to go through the roof. Costco has tried to eat as many of those as they can because obviously they sell more than just groceries. They sell electronics, they sell clothing, anything and everything in between, and Costco is saying we should not have to foot the bill on this. I've already sued him, and they are asking for him to foot the bill on this because they got screwed. They got absolutely screwed on something that should be deemed as illegal. He did not have the right to put these tariffs on unilaterally, but he did so anyway. And we've been paying for it at the grocery store for months now because of Donald Trump and these bullshit tariffs. So yeah, it's about time somebody pays, and I hope Costco sues the shit out of Donald Trump and this administration.
We're Costco, guys. Of course we sue the President of the United States after he costs us nearly $100 billion. That is exactly what they are doing. They are now suing the Trump administration. Costco is suing Trump for the revenue that they have lost because of Trump's apocalyptic tariff regime, which the Supreme Court may find any week now to have been illegal the entire time. As these tariffs are taxes on American consumers and American businesses, Costco has had to fork out $90 billion in tariff-related taxes as of late September to the US government. This administration is essentially leeching off of American consumers and American businesses and calling that a win. If these tariffs are found to be illegal and are subsequently undone by the Supreme Court, which they very well might be, because even the conservative justices that basically work for Trump aren't exactly positive about them, Costco will essentially have no choice but to sue if they want to try and recoup the money that they've lost as a result of the administration. As it stands, the only argument that the Trump administration has for keeping the tariffs is please, please, please don't, because we don't know how to negotiate with other countries and the Treasury will lose further billions. Essentially highlighting the fact that Trump and his goons did not have any other economic plan other than tariffs, which are probably going to be found illegal. Saying that the Trump administration's collapse will only be further hastened by that, because they will have zero economic policy. I'm not a legal specialist of any kind, but let's be logical here. If those tariffs are found to be illegal, then Costco is going to do very well in court if they are suing the Trump administration for unlawful loss of revenue.
It will then set a precedent and open the door for all the other US retailers and big companies that have lost out thanks to Trump's tariffs for suing Trump. Trump and the administration will most certainly have to pay, which will aggressively embarrass them. It feels like all the nails are lined up for this coffin. You just don't know what the final one is going to be. Whether it be the tariffs being found illegal, the midterms, the Epstein files, we genuinely don't know. But there's absolutely no way that he's going to escape all of it. Costco guy. Follow for more.
Alright guys, there you have it actually. The only thing that I think these other big corporations might actually follow Costco in suing the Orange Man's administration is because they stand to actually earn something from it. They stand to make money from it. That's the only thing that they think about. That's the only worry. That's the only problem. It's not about moral values. It's not about thinking about the good of the people, serving the people. As much as the people are making you rich, you are also serving them and giving back to the community, making sure that the people are not taken advantage of, dealing and trading with fairness. And all these things, these other big corporations have not proven to have. Only Costco has actually proven a little bit of this, even if I cannot fully say that Costco is actually an angel. Yeah, I know none of these big corporations are angels, but at least they have shown that they care, or they have pretended to show that they care, which is exactly what people want to see. As much as you might not even care, because most big corporations don't care anyway, as long as they make money. But even if you don't care, pretend that you actually do. This is exactly corporate business world. That's exactly how it works. People will pretend that they care, will pretend to help you just to make a buck. It's understandable, but all these other big corporations never did that. They never thought about the people. They actually only thought about themselves. And this is exactly what pissed a lot of people off, especially Black Americans, when they started boycotting Walmart, started boycotting Target, Amazon, all these big retail stores and retail groups and retail companies were being boycotted because they were rolling back on their DI initiatives as soon as the Orange Man gave them an opportunity, an excuse. They were using the Orange Man policy as an excuse to actually roll back their DI. They never put up a fight. They never actually tried to do anything. Even Target, a company that had modeled itself out of supporting minority businesses, never showed any care, never showed any fight, never actually tried to push back and maybe pretend to be defeated. That's exactly what big corporations do when they're trying to protect their own interest, but they never even try to pretend to push back and pretend to be actually rolling back them DI initiatives out of defeat to the Orange Man's policies and administration. No, they actually gladly rolled back their DI, and people felt used, people felt betrayed, and that's exactly why people started Target, and that's exactly why people started boycotting Target to the maximum. They actually felt it to the point when they started bringing all these black folks leaders to the point when they started actually bringing all these black leaders, trying to bribe them to help them gather their image back. But Costco stood their ground. They literally told the Orange Man, Donald Trump, and his administration, F you, because we don't care. We're gonna stand by our policies and our values because they include everybody. We will keep the DEI initiatives. Look at that. That's exactly how you handle a bully. That's exactly how you market yourself. That's exactly how you take care of customers and people who actually are keeping your company afloat. Now they are leading the way in actually suing the Orange Man's administration and asking for a refund after them illegal tariffs have cost them $1 million. It is what it is. Subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. Don't forget to let me your opinions down below in the comment section. I'm your presenter, Joel Mogisha. Thanks again. See you on the next episode.